Formal recognition for the Taliban government in Afghanistan, India announced the upgradation of its technical mission in Kabul to an embassy. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar made the announcement as he met Taliban's Foreign Minister Amir Muttaqi in New Delhi today, in what was the highest level talk between Taliban and India in over 25 years. Both countries discussed diplomatic, trade, economic ties and people-to-people contact, among other common topics of cross-border terrorism. Mr. Jaishankar spoke about strengthening ties, supporting development and funding new projects in the humanitarian and medical sector. Taliban's Foreign Minister, Mr. Muttaqi, appreciated India's help and lauded their quick humanitarian efforts. Apart from this, both nations agreed to boosting economic ties and investments in Afghanistan's mining sector, while Taliban's minister assured India that its soil would not be used against their close friend. Mr. Jaishankar highlighted how cooperation in cross-border terrorism is the need of the hour. Both leaders affirmed that this meet marked a new chapter in Indo-Afghan relationship. We'll talk about this with our guest. Joining us on the broadcast is Major General G.G. Dwivedi, Global and Strategic Defense Expert. Major General A.K. Sewaj, former Chief of Territorial Army, Senior Defense Expert, also joining us on the program. Mr. Adit Kothari, Foreign Affairs Expert, with us on the program as well. And last but not the least, Joyita Basu, Editor of the Sunday Guardian, also joins us for this important conversation. General Dwivedi, I'll begin with you, sir. While it's good to see that India and Afghanistan are fomenting this relationship, on the other side of the border from India and Afghanistan, Pakistan is making a huge hue and cry about how Afghan soil is being used and leveraged by India to attack Pakistan. And I'm sure the Afghans don't like it. Is this perhaps a solution to that problem, this relationship and this proximity that India is trying to cultivate, that it should shut Pakistan up once and for all?
Thank you, Vineet. First and foremost, we need to understand that India has a deep relationship with Afghanistan, and this is both historical, cultural, and of course, economical. Well, after 2021, when the US-led NATO forces withdrew, we did close our embassy, but then after a year, it was again restarted in the form of a technical mission. Now, coming to the important points, first and foremost, I think Afghanistan is very, very important in India's strategic and security metrics. And therefore, I think this is an apt step that we have upgraded our embassy now from the technical mission to the embassy, which is, I think, positive step forward to bring back the relationship on track. Second point is that Afghanistan-Pakistan relations, and you rightly mentioned that it is not to the liking of Pakistan, India developing close relations with Afghanistan. There are two, three reasons for this. First and foremost, Pakistan thought that after Taliban takeover, Afghanistan will be under their control, almost like a vassal state. That has not worked out. So that has deeply disappointed Pakistani leadership. Secondly, Afghanistan has adopted a very favorable stance to India, that they have been more than forthcoming to ensure that our interests will not be jeopardized. Third point is the Pakistan-Afghanistan relationship. They have a serious issue on the territorial integrity of Afghanistan, because Durand line is not accepted by Afghanistan. Secondly, also in Pakistan, there is a certain amount of animosity or hostile attitude to Pashtun. So in summation, all I can say is that our relationship with Afghanistan are very crucial, and it is on the right track that we have upgraded our technical mission to the embassy. Secondly, we have always played a great role in the Afghanistan development, and we have been very friendly to the people of Afghanistan, and they hold us in very high esteem. To that extent, this will go a long way to look after the interest of Afghanistan as a development, also in the other fields like education, health, and other economic resources. So all I can say is that this is a very positive step. Pakistan naturally is, I think, unhappy or also rubbed on the wrong side, but then this is their problem. As far as we are concerned, we have to look out for our interest, and our interests are deeply rooted in good, healthy friendship with Afghanistan. Vineet.
Joyita, how do you look at this upgradation of our technical mission? And let's also not forget that for a very, very long time, the Afghans have, been very upset with Pakistan. They are tired of being treated like a sidekick by Pakistan. Listening to what some of the Pakistani official military personnel had to say today about the skirmish at the border, it seems that pathology still continues.
It seems that at least Pakistan is claiming to have bombed Afghan territory, bombed not even Afghan territory, they are talking about bombing 3 Afghan cities including Kabul. We do not actually have any confirmation on that, but that is what the Pakistanis are claiming. But if they have done it, it's I mean absolutely utterly foolish and stupid on their part, because what they are going to see in the times to come is an increase in major terrorist activities on Pakistani territory, because Pakistan, given that Afghanistan does not have an air force and also it cannot reply in kind, so it will basically resort to all the but it has a lot of terror groups. Okay, whether we like it or not, it has a lot of terror groups. Taliban has a very, very radical side to it. Whatever be the minister who is here, they have a very radical side to it, but at the same time, so Pakistan is in trouble, and the constant attacks also have been going on. But you see, when it comes to India Afghanistan relations, Pakistan had thought when this Taliban overthrew the government in Kabul and their president ran away, Pakistan had thought that it had regained its so called strategic depth in Afghanistan, and that they have been able to elbow out India from Afghanistan. In the last few years, we are witnessing just the reverse has happened, that India is again gaining back its presence in Afghanistan. Pakistan is losing its strategic depth to the extent that Taliban and Pakistan are now sworn enemies. So you see Pakistan, and you see it is at one level good that the Taliban understood that India's presence in Afghanistan was for the good of the people, because you see no one was giving them money, then the people were starving. India was there, India has done a lot of development work, and India can easily go back to with that kind of development work. So that is extremely important. I think India is now one of those rare countries that has recognized the Taliban government in Afghanistan. Very few, but at the same time we have to remember Taliban has certain very, very downsides. Its treatment of women, its treatment in terms of education. Let us hope that some kind of Indian influence will be able to soften the edge, the rough edges, not just rough, the harsh edges of the Taliban government over there. As for Pakistan, the very fact that it decided to bomb Afghanistan when the Afghan foreign minister, the Taliban foreign minister is in India, shows that it was trying to send a message and how desperate it is.
You're absolutely right, Joyita. General Sivach, what does this change about the geopolitical setup that we have had for the last few years? Afghanistan, of course, trying to come on its own. It's been ostracized, relegated, ignored by the Western world, specifically because of humanitarian crisis that Joyita also spoke about. But how can India find a balance? If you are to judge a country by just their human rights validation alone, then India would not be friends with most of the Gulf nations. But the fact of the matter is that we have to leverage this friendship with Pakistan as we deem fit, and of course with this benefit of being close to Afghanistan, there is also an advantage that comes, and that is looking at Pakistan from a particular angle.
See, we need a lot of churning effect has taken place in last about 5 years. No doubt about it. See, as far as Afghanistan is concerned, Pakistan always considered that it is basically give them a strategic depth it is in their courtyard. And they always thought the Haqqani group will play a very important role in Taliban government, which actually didn't. In fact, India knew it from the beginning that there are a number of fault lines between Afghanistan and Pakistan. And Durand line is one of the major one. And then you can say Pashtun on the either side, they want to join Afghanistan and they want to bring a Sharia law. So immediately after the Afghanistan Taliban came into power on 15th August 2021, the relationship start deteriorating. You remember that what Imran Khan, then Prime Minister of Pakistan, has said that in Afghanistan the Taliban has broken the chain of slavery, but it happened other way around. And slowly you find these differences start emerging it, and the relationship between Pakistan and Afghanistan has gone down the hill. And now they are one of those swear enemies of each other, wherein Afghanistan has even attacked almost 18 posts of Pakistan, and 6 of them are still occupied. Now Pakistan is blaming, as far as Afghanistan is concerned, they are giving shelter to the TTP, and basically that there are number of bases very close to the Pakistan border, and whereas Afghanistan blame Pakistan for their anti-national activity, as well as that they have sent 25 to 30 lakh refugees, which Afghanistan was not prepared. Now, having said that, India has made full use of this opportunity. India was already investing about $3 billion. 100 projects were already on, and due to what happened in August 2021, our work has stopped that time. But 1 year thereafter, when the relation between government of India and Taliban government start improving, we started again those development projects. Especially, you remember, we are the one which have made the parliament, we have made the stadium, we have made a road which is a strategic road joining Iran with Afghanistan. Now, the main thing what happened as far as Afghanistan is concerned, we should understand the Chabar port. Now, the point is that we always know that if you have to go to Afghanistan, you have to take a route through Pakistan, and Pakistan will never give you the land route, which they have denied us. Now, after we have made Chabar port, now imagine the situation has changed completely. You go from Iran to Afghanistan, then go to Central Asian state, connected to North-South Transport Corridor. Now, this is the main reason as to why you will find it in next about 4 to 5 years, 4 to 7% of the world trade will go through this. And this is a game changer. And that is why for us, Afghanistan plays a very, very major role. And we are the first responder when the earthquake has come in Kunar and Nangarhar. It is India which has sent the relief material, the fastest and the first one. Now, as far as now the relationships are concerned between India and Afghanistan, no doubt India has not recognized the Taliban government, and we are not in hurry. It is only the Russia which I recognize. The reason is simple, that we have said that till United Nations does not recognize, there is no question of it. But that does not mean your workable relation cannot be on. We are having now very good relation with them. Our technical mission has been upgraded to a full-fledged embassy. You'll find a lot of development work will be taking place. 100 projects which were uncompleted will be completed. We will give them a lot of medical support. We will give them economic support. We will give them basically tourism of health as far as concerned. Visa will become much easier. You find the frequency of the flights have also increased, and at the same time they are allowing the Indian company to invest and also to explore the mining field. So this is a great change which has taken place, but Pakistan is not liking this, and that's why you find this yesterday night when the bombardment has taken place in Afghanistan, possibly by Pakistan, which they have not turned up, is basically to target Noor Ali Mossad, which is the top leader of TTP. Now, the question comes is the Pakistan is now blaming Afghanistan for giving shelter to Taliban, TTP. But who has created this? It is not the Afghanistan which has created TTP. It was created by Pakistan itself. So they are now getting the taste of their own medicine. You remember the Hillary Clinton when she came in 2013 as a Secretary of State, she has warned Pakistan that if you have snakes in your courtyard and you think it will only bite your neighbor, one day they will bite you.
So this TTP has been created by Pakistan, and today it has become a monster and hurting Pakistan. But at the same time, Pakistan is one country which keep on differentiating between good and bad terrorists. The terrorist which is sending toward India, Lashkar-e-Toba and Jaishankar, is still called them a good terrorist, and they try to push it toward India. And the one which is hurting them, they call them a bad terrorist like TTP or BLA, whom we call a freedom struggle. So the question which is coming
All
in,
right, sir. All right.
Pakistan will not change. We have to put pressure on Pakistan, and our relation from as far as India-Afghanistan is, you will find it going strength to strength in time to come.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Adit, your impressions of how this relationship with Afghanistan is, going to create a cozy corner for India, a situation for India where we will have enough leverage over Pakistan.
So, I really like the line that I read in Reuters this morning. So, Reuters basically called the situation between India and Afghanistan a calculated thawing of relations. Because from an Indian perspective, this is a low risk, high reward kind of a scenario where you're prioritizing stability of the region over ideology. So you're basically signaling that there are no permanent friends, there are only permanent interests. And our interests converge at this point. Our interests are predominantly to ensure that the region is stable and there are no humanitarian crises. And that was the whole premise why there were the Chabar exclusions that were provided by the United States as well. Because India's argument was that you cannot leave Afghanistan in complete disarray. You need to rebuild the nation. You need to rebuild for any crisis. And as a consequence, the Chabar exclusions were provided to India in 2018. And that is the same argument that India is making in the United Nations even now. After Marco Rubio is turning hard on the Chabar exclusions. So that is going to be a very focal area for India. So India will need to sort of manage that particular aspect pretty well, because the Atari-Wagah border is a no-go zone. We cannot send our trade supplies and all of the other medical supplies through the Atari-Wagah borders. So the only two options that we have is either route everything through the UAE channels or use the existing Chabar positions that we have. So trade mechanisms will have to change. Probably SWIFT US will no longer be a mode of exchange any longer. We'll have to look at rupee real exchange methods. So those kind of scenarios will come into place. But from a pure India-Afghanistan perspective, India is not legitimizing Afghanistan. We are basically signaling to the world that you have to work with the Taliban because there is no other alternative, and you have to recognize that the people of Afghanistan are prime responsibility of the world, and you need to cater to their whims and fancies at this point. And that is the whole premise of setting this up. From an Afghanistan perspective, they've made it clear to India that their land is not going to be used by the likes of Lashkar-e-Taiba, etc., to use it for terror against India. So that gives us a little bit of a comfort zone. And India's positive response has been recognized by Taliban that India's only created positivity in Afghanistan. They've only helped in building infrastructure, whether it be dams, whether it be schools, whether it be hospitals, and that has been the everlasting impression of India in the region.
All right, fair enough. We've run out of time. Appreciate everybody who joined us and reflected on this important bit of information coming in from Kabul.